In this video, we're going to talk about fractions, and what you're looking at is a big pizza. Now, when you get a pizza and it comes to your house or you go pick it up, you don't just pick up the whole thing and eat it. It's usually cut into sections. So let's get my imaginary knife out. Let me cut this pizza in half real quick. I'm going to cut this pizza down the middle. I now have two sections to this pizza. I have one section there and one section there, so I have two entire sections. That's going to be the denominator to my fraction. These two sections right there, 1 and 2. So that is the denominator. That's the number that goes at the bottom of the fraction. Let's pretend somebody came along and they were super hungry and they ate half of my pizza. They ate one entire section of my pizza. They came along, they picked up this slice, this big gigantic slice, and they ate it all. I got to figure out how much of my pizza is left. Well, how much of my pizza is left is, well, just this one section. So right here, this one section is all I have left. So that's the numerator. Numerator. I have 1/2 pizza left. I have one of my two sections left. I have half my pizza left. Here goes my original pizza again, but this time I'm going to cut it twice. I'm going to cut it down the middle once. So I'm going to cut it in half one time. And then I'm going to cut it again. I'm going to split this half into half. Down the middle, down the side again. So now I got 4 slices total. I got 4 sections to my pizza. So that's going to be my denominator. The bottom number is the denominator. I got 4 sections, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And somebody's hungry, so they come to my house again and they begin eating my pizza. So they pick up this slice right here and they decide they want to eat it. I got to figure out how much of my pizza is now left. Hold on, they're still eating. Give them a second. And that slice is gone. Now, there were originally 4 slices there. Don't get confused because there's nothing there. There were originally 4 slices there, but that slice is now gone. So how many slices are left? What fraction of my pizza is left? Well, there's 1, 2, 3 slices remaining. So there are 3/4 of my pizza remaining. 3/4 of my pizza remain, and I wrote that as a sentence. 3/4 of my pizza remain. And yes, you can write it as 3/4, or you can write it as 3/4. It's both the same thing. What if I wanted to figure out how much of my pizza was eaten? The first thing you got to do is figure out how many parts there were to that pizza. There was 1, 2, 3, 4 different parts. Originally, there were 4 parts to the pizza. That's the denominator. But how much of it was eaten? This one part was eaten. So one part of my 4 parts was eaten. I had 1/4 or 1/4 of my pizza that was eaten. Okay, let's try adding these two fractions together. Let's add this 1/4 that was eaten, which is this, to the 3/4 that remained, which is this. And let's see what happens if we add these two fractions together. So if I took this 1/4 right there, which is represented by that part, the 1/4, and I added in my 3/4, or my 3/4, I should get one entire pizza back. That should represent one entire pizza. So let's see how that works out. Let's take this 1/4 over here and let's put it together next to the 3/4, and let's add them. And let's see what we get. Let's add the top part first, the 1 plus 3. That's easy. 1 plus 3 is 4. But what should we do with the bottom denominator? The bottom denominator has to stay the same, and I'll show you why. Let's pretend you thought that 4 plus 4 would equal 8, which it does, but you don't add the denominator. So let's put 8 there and see what happens. That doesn't work out because there's not 8 parts. There's always been 4 parts. There's only been 4 parts to this pizza. There's never been 8. So that's why you can't put that 8 there. That doesn't work. You got to leave the denominator the same as a 4 because there's always been 4 parts. So 1/4 plus 3/4 equals 4 out of 4, which equals essentially 1. Because anytime you have the same number at the top as you do as the bottom, the same number as the numerator as you do as the denominator, it's always going to be 1 because it's like saying 4 divided by 4 is 1. If you had 5/5, that would still be 1. If you had 1/1, that would be 1. If you had 29/29, that too would be 1.